Welcome in, everybody. Happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day if you forgot. And we are here in our first best of 5 of the day. We got 3 best of 5s for all of you. On the left-hand side, it's RocketRaccoons. On the right, it's going to be DeepDiveXtreme. My name's Bahamut, and I am here to bring you all of the great casting and commentary. We got our Twitch gamble going as well. Ads are pushed out. Good morning, good morning. Yanthor, congratulations on first. Empress, congratulations on last. That's it. No one else can redeem. Oh, wait, Ninja got second or whatever. Welcome in, everybody. We're in Tomb of the Spider Queen for map number 1. The members of RocketRaccoons banned away. Braxa sold out in Dragonshire. Battlefield of Eternity and Alterac Pass banned away by DeepDiveXtreme. First pick will be going over to the side of DeepDiveXtreme as I believe they won the coin flip. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll go ahead and say that. Chromie, Brightwing, Hogger, and Orphea all banned away. Where's Big Scary Duck to throw some shade in chat? Probably still sleeping. We got a first pick for Tomb of the Spider Queen. No tournament shenanigans, no meta madness, no voted heroes banned away. It's standard Heroes of the Storm. 90 heroes up for grabs as we get into every single draft, but we have a Blaze first pick on the right side. Dahaka Johanna on the left to kick things off for Tomb of the Spider Queen.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Desert.
Favorite 1064 game in honor of the 64-month sub.
Star Fox 64 easily. I was literally about to actually make an N64 joke. Desert, thank you for the tier 1 resubscription for 64 months. I appreciate that greatly, bud. Thank you for doing your part. But, yeah. Star Fox 64 easily. What about yours, bud? We were up till 3 a.m. rivaling, so he's probably asleep. Did you guys rank up at all? Garrosh, Blaze, Malfurion on the right side. Probably get rid of some wave clear here. Oh, get rid of the Genji, apparently. Okay. Alright. No backline dive coming out from that. Hanzo banned away as well. Okay. But still, like, things like Trace or Raynor are up and available. Greymane could be picked up here as well. Johanna Dahaka doesn't really show me much of what they want to do. They could just go a control composition. Blaze, Garrosh, Malfurion kind of want to step up. I am curious if DeepDiveXtreme will consider a Zarya for the movement speed buff. Lucio is up and available as well. I doubt they're going to go double healer. We do get the Vala Anduin. I like the Anduin quite a bit because Garrosh and Blaze, they want to dive in. The Leap of Faith from Anduin could pull Vala out of a precarious position. What's up, Mishi? How you doing, bud? Duck is too low rank to play with us. Wow. Why don't you guys help him get to a higher rank? Huh? Why don't you be a better friend? Junkrat Tychus.
It's about damn time.
The Tychus is interesting into the Johanna because it's just blinds. They could actually go into a Cassia here, and that would make things really difficult for Tychus to get value. The wave clear's not awful. Cassia would slot into this composition pretty well. Ball Lightning would be pretty nice on top of everything, but they could also just look at a straight up mage. Get some extra wave clear, and they're gonna go Gul'dan. Sleepy you? Bit sleepy, but I got up early, called my mom, you know, Mother's Day and all that good stuff. GoldenEye, we played so much 4-way split screen. GoldenEye was like a hard second for me, but Star Fox 64 was just, I don't know, I sunk so much time into Star Fox 64. Hey, Twitch predictions go, and you got 5 minutes to get your gambles in. Let's go. I am sleepy as well. I've been up since 4:45, but let's get game going. Alrighty, predictions are ready to go, all of that. We are here into Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 1 of our first best of 5 of the day. We got 3 best of 5s for you all at home. And before we talk about talents, let's talk about who's on what. For the side of RocketRaccoons, we got Disciple, Vala, Yon, Johanna, Mayan, Gul'dan, Ubi, Dahaka, and Scorch Anduin.
Bring victory.
Sure thing, bud. Right side of the map, we're going to see DeepDiveXtreme. Virgil playing Blaze. Shizik is your Garrosh. We got a Dead Inside Tychus. Darnas on Malfurion. And Opaka will be playing the Junkrat. We got some level 1s to talk about, but as I mentioned, Twitch Gamble's going. We got 6,900 out the gate on RocketRaccoons to take victory here. Garrosh tosses Johanna. She gets the Iron Skin activated afterwards, denying the Blaze Propulsion stun. Oil Slick's being thrown in by Blaze. A drag from Dahaka. Ally toss moves Malfurion to safety, and that's really all you see in the initial skirmish as we get into our double soak from top to mid. Well, I am seeing a rotation into bottom, potentially to gank onto the Dahaka, but he's going to play safe by the fort front gate. Since the enemy team isn't showing really in the rotations, there's something odd going on, and yes, Gul'dan and Vala will check that bush and pick up a... oh, no stack, actually. He's going to go into Echoed Corruption level 1, Zealous Glare, Johanna. We'll have the Enhanced Agility, Dahaka, Power Word Shield, and as well as, I'm blanking on the name. It's so early in the morning, apparently. Creed of the Hunter for Vala. Extra one-timers for Junkrat on the opposing side, Unrivaled Strength, Emerald Dreams, Adrenaline Stimpack, and Quarterback Tychus. Hey, we got odds on the gamble. There we go, everybody. If you feel like throwing more in, why not? What better way to celebrate mothers than gambling? Alright, well, we're just having a little back and forth here in bottom lane. We do have Siege Giant Camp being grabbed and pushed up by DeepDiveXtreme. Not really actually pushed up much because they do rotate in the mid to go clear away Bruiser Camp that was picked up by RocketRaccoons. Handful of damage thrown in by Gul'dan, picking up his 4th stack on Echoed Corruption. Vala using Hungering Air to check the bush and does see Shizik the Garrosh. And it looks like that's all we're going to get in that small engagement. Man, there's a lot of rotations from DeepDiveXtreme to try and find something into Dahaka bottom lane. Speaking of, Dahaka did go fishing with that drag, looking for the pull onto Tychus. Wasn't able to get the drag connection. Might have actually gotten a decent amount of damage, maybe even a kill, as they were by tower shots availability. Shield glare from Johanna into Tychus. His overkill is active. Dahaka in the bush just below this engagement. Is bugging out again? Well, file a complaint with Twitch because there's nothing I can do, literally. It's either your web browser, Twitch services, or that's it. Actually, I guess that would be the best way to test it, is log into another browser and see if it bugs out. Oh, either way. Siege continues a bit in top lane. You already reset cookies. Well, time to buy a new computer! Exclamation Corsair. Go ahead and buy yourself a whole new computer. That's definitely the way that will fix it. Mid lane wave being pushed up onto the fort front gate here. We're waiting for 7 talents here to come through. There's just a little bit of poke here and there. Nothing major to note outside of rotations. A little bit of stackage here and there. Just keep watching the bottom lane in case there's a dive onto Dahaka. There is another toss onto Johanna. She steps up, or I guess tries to back away with the Condemn active. Good chastise from the Anduin, picking up a piercing light stack. Tychus will be thrown to safety. Vala gets a stack of Recruit of the Hunter, and that's going to be a drag onto Garrosh. He's so very low. The Malfurion heals are not going to be enough, and First Blood goes over to the side. RocketRaccoons, they look for a second into the blaze. The Malfurion Brute does go down on the ground. 21 gems. Tychus gets picked off as well, and RocketRaccoons are blasting their way through the enemy team health bars as Malfurion steps up for a small handful or bundle of gems, but is not able to... Well, I guess only gets 8. That's really about it. And we do have creator codes on Corsair website now for 10% off peripherals. The only thing I don't know is if it applies that 10% per item or to your total basket. It's the only thing I didn't test. Oh, goodbye, Disciple. That's going to be a stack of Creed of the Hunter down to 20%. Nice concussion mine from Junkrat. Tychus gets the last little bit of damage needed. It's Twitch because even after the post went off, it's still showing your sub reminder in chat. Oh, okay, so yeah. So glad that Twitch fired all those people, you know? Real smart move. Alright, Webweaver in bottom lane to be cleared away, peeking over into mid as well. Dahaka, Lurker Strain pops back Garrosh or anything to step into him. So there was a little root attempt set up. Groundbreaker from Garrosh, breaks the connection from the enemy, and really no further chase onto DeepDiveXtreme. Decent siege though from the Webweaver phasing. Gates are taken down in top and mid. Bottom lane was delayed out by Blaze really well here. Sorry, I got something in my eye.
My altar awaits the gems. Bring them. Bring me them.
We got 10s on the left side already. Horrify, Bless Shield, Isolation, Light Bomb, as well as your Rain of Vengeance. So Vala works on camp on the left side. There is an available turn-in to the members of DeepDiveXtreme. We'll see if they're going to be able to step in and get this, though. Blaze gets a handful in. Steel Trap in the bush. Dahaka moves through just to get some vision here for the allies around. 10s on both sides, and we'll talk about those in a moment because Garrosh is going to pop Indomitable. Look to step up. Won't be able to find anything. Gul'dan moving in as well. Mid lane wave crashing on the fort in just a second here. Blaze Ship Propulsion doesn't find the stun. We have Odin from Tychus coming out as well. Rain of Vengeance from the Vala. Good concussion mine onto the Gul'dan. He throws down a Horrify. It does hit Garrosh, but those gems are dropped and zoned. Nicely done from the members of DeepDiveXtreme finding a second kill. They're going to go in onto Vala again. The Light Bomb cast onto Johanna, and she will not engage with that. Red Webweaver's also descending after the double kill is achieved. Beautifully done. Right side, Heroics, Riptire, Decimate, Tranquility, Bunker, and your Odin.
Descend and destroy the beauty.
Drag from Dahaka. No Blaze found by that one. And Red Webweaver phasing, we're curious about the push potential from this. It is 11.5 on both sides. I think experience might be slightly in favor of DeepDiveXtreme from those later kills, but also even more so with the siege in as they open up mid lane. Gonna rotate to top and prioritize that. Concussion mine set up. Gul'dan trying to bait it. Does get blasted near his fort, so it's okay on that one. Little Decimate action from Garrosh onto Johanna in the rotation up. But Gul'dan is in a safe position. He's able to throw in those Felt Flames, and the wave clear from that is really beneficial. Dahaka manages bottom. Vala handles mid. Gul'dan checks bush just in case in this rotation, but no. Garrosh is set up over here in the mid. Decimate, toss Groundbreaker, Malfurion resetting over here. And the big thing to note is both teams are very close to a turn, and actually the members of RocketRaccoons just picked up the gems they needed. On the opposing side, Blaze could get the one gem in bottom. 32 on this Dahaka as the oil slick goes in. And now here's the question, are they able to delay things out? Great leap of faith to save Gul'dan. Is he able to back away? Yeah, he throws out a Corruption Riptire from Junkrat into bottom as well. Oh, sorry about that, Zoom. Thought I had one more step there. Dahaka seems to be fine, holding 32 gems, though. He's got the vast majority of the turn in here. He picks up a wave of gems, and he's literally got the last 32 or 35 needed, excuse me. Johanna steps into the concussion mine, gets blasted to the side. Dahaka's still putting pressure onto Blaze in bottom lane. Bunker's available for him, isolation for the Dahaka. This Groundbreaker from Garrosh. Little Felt Flame action goes in. Dahaka fishes for a dragon to Virgil. We can't find it. Blaze and Dahaka still just skirmishing on the low end of everything. Disciple hanging out over here. If Blaze does step out, yeah, there's a danger ping into the bush like, hey, don't forget there's a Blaze over here. But Vala's clearing out bottom lane wave, trying to push things up. 13 talent here on both sides. Both teams have an available turn in. 44 of 55. as it's Blaze who needs to get his in, and it's going to be a fight. Garrosh runs straight at the enemy team, and Rain of Vengeance from Vala comes out. The Bless Shield from Johanna Tranquility out from Malfurion, and Rain of Vengeance into him as well. Garrosh going to try and turn in 8, but they still need the handful from Blaze. I think they're going to let them get that turn out. Yeah, Vala thought for a second to step up, but thinks better of it. Yo, forget what? What's up, bud? Good morning. How was your, well, you did, like, pulled pork yesterday, right? I saw you had pork, and you made barbecue sauce. I assume pulled pork. I don't think I actually asked you what you were making. Oh, so much alley-oop onto this, Cool Danny will not be taken down. Riptire. Left-hand side, we'll get an activation on the Disciple as well as Ghoul Dan, but no kill. Just some damage coming through. Dahaka clears up bottom lane pretty quickly. Junkrat setting up a steel trap and mine in the rotation to top of the corridor. Vala backing off, able to vault behind the gate. Johanna threw out a Blessed Shield as well, and that kind of zoned, allowing Vala to back off. Pork loin, but yes, it was great. Oh, dude, enjoy, enjoy. I've got 2 pork tenderloins still in the freezer. I gotta figure out what I want to do with those. I kind of want to grill one of them. See how that turns out. You have leftover sauce for baked beans. Ooh. Well, I guess we're going over to forget what's for dinner tonight, chat. Red Web Weavers have expired. We still have 16s on the horizon for both sides. A little bit closer for RocketRaccoons. Gul'dan just clears things out on top. Mid to be managed by Dahaka. And Blaze will grab camp for bottom lane. 80 gems. Currently held on the left-hand side. Dahaka with 47. Well, they're pretty close to a back-to-back turn-in. We got 16s rolling through here. Got our talents at the bottom of the screen for all of you. Dahaka finds the steel trap. Junkrat with a couple of grenades poking in. Little decimate from Garrosh. Rain of Vengeance out from Vala. Indomitable does get activated. Johanna steps in with the Condemn, the Horrify from Gul'dan. Onto a few enemies, pushing Malfurion back. He has the Tranquility activated. The Bunker from Blaze will expire. Tychus has to exit that one. Junkrat still poking around the turn-in area, trying to deny the Dahaka turn-in. This Blaze Jet Propulsion fishes for a stun, but can't find it. Shield Glare into Garrosh. Dahaka does get the turn in here, and now the fight continues in mid lane. Dahaka lands a drag into Malfurion, but where's the follow-up damage? It's going to be straight up from Dahaka. Vala gets the kill into Garrosh. Tychus with shots raining out from Odin, and Junkrat backs away. Bottom fort, I believe, is what just went down in the background you heard. Siege Giants pushing up that wave. Mid fort gets taken down quite quickly. Dahaka's going to try and push things up and top a little bit faster, and Gul'dan doing the same thing. Good leap of faith. Yeah, that was really nice from Scorch. The concussion mine would have definitely thrown Junkrat or Vala over the wall, and she probably would have died to tower shots, realistically. So good mini leap of faith just to get that cleanse. We do have no... oh my god! Yon throws out the Blessed Shield to try and get the Tychus recall delay. A 60-second cooldown. That's some aggression, man. Gul'dan does get the Web Weaver pushed up onto the fort and bottom. This is a triple fort phase from RocketRaccoons. As a Riptide from Junkrat will be activated. Scorch is massively displaced, I'm assuming, from Garrosh. They will be taken down, but meanwhile, Garrosh stepped up. The Horrify from Gul'dan does connect onto him. There's some healing from Malfurion with Tranquility once again. Malfurion being thrown in to try and chase onto this Dahaka. He's got 26 gems. He's unable to tap a bush. He's got the Dark Swarm to move through enemy heroes, and he's got that enhanced agility. Blaze can't chase in further. Meanwhile, Webweaver waves are crashing onto keeps. They were so thirsty for kills, and they will only get the Anduin, which literally happened over here. They could have killed Anduin and then gone back for defenses. Now, they don't lose any keeps, but still, they lose a lot of structural integrity in the bottom and top. Actually, in all three lanes, if you really think about it. Odin being summoned by Tychus, so the entire team says, cool, bye. Time to leave. You just enjoy your 70-second cooldown or so. Well, it's actually 100 seconds, but, you know, duration and such. Yeah, 76-second cooldown. Because it's an active cooldown. The moment you use it, it starts that 100 seconds, so it's not truly... concussion mine. Blast Johanna back. We do have the red web weavers ascending. Anduin has rejoined the allies from death. 157 stacks for Vala. She's only died twice, so down to 15% bonus attack speed. 9 stacks of 10 for Dahaka, almost done with his enhanced agility. 35 of 40 for Gul'dan and has all the stuff he needs. He's got the level 16 Ruinous Infliction, so getting that level 1 finished out is a heck load more damage coming in. We're waiting for 20s to come through as well. No sub done for the Johanna. 3 piercing light stacks on the Anduin. Dahaka's full on his feeding frenzy as he's not died. And literally no questing talents on the right side for DeepDiveXtreme. Alright, so Johanna steps up, condemn, leap of faith on Gul'dan as he was going to be thrown by the Garrosh right there. So a little mid-air alley-oop again. Webweaver phase available to the side of RocketRaccoons. Dahaka clears out mid. Shield Glare to check the bush, and it's Gul'dan, Vala, and Dahaka with the most of the gems available. Boss is still up. No one has gotten a boss yet in this game. Though I do see Gul'dan and friends moving towards that because they have the 20 talent tier advantage, and it is telegraphed that they're doing this. They need another 11 gems to be turned in. Those are on either Vala or Gul'dan, but the big priority is going to be boss first. Oh, wow, Baha's up early. Kaibo. What? What? Johanna throws the blessed shield into the corridor. The camp is going to be tagged. Boss is pushing top. Oh, man. Little fumble right there. Dahaka should get blasted by the concussion. Nope, okay. Like, you've known about this tournament, Kaimo. That's why I'm so confused. Vala literally outranges structures at max hatred. Dahaka brush talks in to join in with the allies. Webweaver in top lane will confirm the keep. Yeah, I don't see a way Junkrat can clear out that much damage as the death wave comes through and takes down that major structure. Webweaver in mid lane pushing up behind this camp. Odin's been summoned by Tychus with the big red button. Nice big red button onto the wave for that damage. Keep does go down. The entire thing steps up. Line shots out. Disciple gets chunked by by the big red button. Bless shield from Johanna does come out as well. Drag into Malfurion. No, that's a Garrosh actually. Vala does go down. Riptire from Junkrat with the extra oomph will be activated. There's going to be Scorch on the top right of our screen going down. And it is extra oomph, yeah. Webweaver in bottom lane. Junkrat cannot clear this out quick enough. Those summonables just get so much damage in. And while, yes, there was a triple kill or a double kill to be had, it still is going to be... Wait, are they really going to try and end here? I think they could get a keep, but I don't think they could end. I know nothing at the tournament. I forgot the tournament was EU. It's almost like there's this handy-dandy schedule channel in my Discord that you can easily check. Garrosh gets dragged. Johanna trying to pull the enemy team away, but I think she's going to be dying in top here. 80-something HP. Garrosh doesn't go down. And now you have a death timer of 60 seconds as you're waiting for Vala for 8 and Anduin for 14. A little awkward in that moment right there. I'm just teasing though. Kaima, how you doing today, bud? How's your Sunday? Did you send your mother her Mother's Day card? Did you call your mother or mother-in-law? Whichever you have. No keep taken down though. Looks like that'll just be the kill onto Johanna. Waves pushed up, some gems to be turned in, and that's it. Dahaka will turn in a handful of 13. They are kind of close to a turn-in, actually. Both sides. You slept for 12 hours? Congratulations. I'm actually, I'm happy for you, dude. Must have been either very exhausted or just you finally hit that sleep stride. I got like 9 last night. I was exhausted yesterday. You shield glare out from Johanna in top lane for a little dismount. Oh man, dude, RocketRaccoons. They have like a victorious path ahead of them. It's just they have to get on that path is the issue. DeepDiveXtreme have been constantly in the late game just having these little pushback moments in the tug of war that is Tim the Spider Queen. And as we look at this siege in top lane, if things go sideways for RocketRaccoons, everything they've worked for in this game is just going to be squandered, and DeepDiveXtreme could win it right here. Let's find out as we have Odin getting a few shots in. Top lane, Webweaver cleared away. Dahaka managing bottom. 4v5 defense, and it seems to be going okay for RocketRaccoons' joke. Johanna steps up a little bit. Still trying to save the keep in top. Big red button almost takes down the keep. It's on 169 HP. 297. We are close. Though the fighting in top lane continues, the Webweavers are completely cleared away. The Riptire from Junkrat dragged by Dahaka gets no cooldown reduction. Leap of Faith pulls Johanna to safety. She steps back in with a Blessed Shield into 4 enemies. Horrify from Gul'dan splits a few heroes here. Shizik on that Garrosh trying to get as many Decimate activations as he possibly can. The Chastise connects and Vala gets the auto attack needed. The double kill is being picked up by RocketRaccoon as Dahaka brush stalks in. Dark Swarm active. We got a drag. Burrows to avoid the jet propulsion of Blaze. Goes in for the drag onto him. Junkrat, the lone defender, gonna go for the consolation prize of a keep. But, yeah, that's gonna be... Okay, yeah, this base race. Oh, chat, the base race. Oh, man. Junkrat, look at his base racing. Can you believe it? Oh, man, look at that. Core health bar. Wowee. Core health bar. To wrap up map number 1. GG, well played. Over to the side of RocketRaccoons. Welcome in, everybody. Map number 2 in our best of 5 series. Yes, today's games are all best of 5s, and we have got our Twitch prediction going for all of you. On the left-hand side, we got RocketRaccoons. On the right, it's DeepDiveXtreme. RocketRaccoons are up. DeepDiveXtreme, as the losing squad from map number 1, opted in for first pick priority, so Garden of Terror will be the map choice of RocketRaccoons. What's up, Killer? How you doing, bud? I prefer seeing the blown nose than missing the streamer. No one wants to see me blow my nose. It's gross. It's gross. So, yeah. But the thing is, like, I'm not too upset about the frogs because we get so many frogs that eat all the giant mosquitoes, and then all the frogs get super fat, and then the birds eat all the frogs. So, you know, the circle of life or whatever. So... the only thing that I want to get, and I've been talked about this, is I want to get a bat house and put that in my backyard because we have so many mosquitoes. And then I want to get a pitcher plant for inside the house for when mosquitoes and bugs just happen to come in. But anyways, let's focus in on some Heroes of Storm. Bugs and backyards aside, we have got a Chromie Sylvanas ban on the left side, another Orphea ban from the side of DeepDiveXtreme, as well as a Hogger. First pick priority for DeepDiveXtreme. They're going to grab a Brightwing. For Garden of Terror, what are we going to be looking at for RocketRaccoons? Are they going to lean into an early Sonya? Are they going to grab a Greymane? These are all heroes that can camp and solo or wave clear on their own really well. It's going to be the exact same start from RocketRaccoons. They're going to go Dahaka Johanna. And if you think about it, Vala, they could literally go the exact same draft, actually. Rocket Raccoons could draft the exact same thing, and it would work great on Garden of Terror. Now, is it going to work into the composition the enemy's building? That's the question we need to answer.
Let's fly.
Nose, folks, he's not giving you free content. Yeah, that's on my only nose. Cho'Gall. Just, you know, we gotta mention it when we have a chance. Cho'Gall. Brightwing Blaze, Falstad on the right side. Double Global. Not really a dive comp. Trying to think, like, what would you get rid of? Muradin is what I was leaning into, honestly. Muradin, Stormbolt is nice. A Nubarak was another thing I was considering as well. But Cocoon can kind of be mitigated by Dahaka, Johanna, you know, Burrow, Iron Skin if you time it right. So maybe DeepDiveXtreme leans into an Anubarak. I think it would work with the Blaze. You have the Polymorph to follow that up. You have Falstad burst damage, and then you could go into a Mage or an Auto Attacker, depending on what you're... I would say Mage, realistically, since you have the Shield Glare of the Johanna. Q build Falstad with armor, spell armor debuff at 7. Then you can pick up like a Jaina, Gul'dan, Kael'thas, Li Ming even, and that would work out really well. You do end up playing a bit more of a poke composition, but I think you could have Blaze and a Nubarak diving in, and then Falstad and Li Ming kind of stepping up a little bit behind them. Could work out. On the left side, though, Dahaka, Johanna, Rhaegar. I mean, they could go Genji here if they really wanted to. They're going to pick up the Greymane.
Will rise again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's true. And so that's my motto in life. All right. Right wing.
Ready to roll out.
Sergeant Hammer, then Garrosh as well. Yeah. Oftentimes we see Garrosh paired with the Hammer because you have the ability. There's just a lot of CC with Garrosh to be able to create space for Hammer to back off. Do they consider a Medivh to just portal in onto the Hammer? I don't think so. Chromie's been removed. Mephisto's not bad here. Mephisto's great in, you know, shade Mephisto forward. You can really chunk into the Hammer. Mephisto's great on this map. That's actually what I would love to see. They're going to go Li Ming. That works. Her artillery range is pretty decent. I like the Mephisto just because of just how aggressive it can be with the Greymane, Rhaegar, Johanna stepping up, but Li Ming is going to be pretty nice. There is a lot of spell armor, though, now that as I mentioned that, on the right side. You got Armor Garrosh, Brightwing spell armor to allies. You have the Nanomachine coating for Hammer. We'll see, but the gamble's going. Go, go, go. If it is broke, don't fix it. Oh. Sorry. Alright, Kaiba, where's our quarter milli? Or do you literally need to get rid of channel points to then quarter milli? 7,700 on DeepDiveXtreme to win. If you don't see the gamble, F5 your stream. Apparently Twitch is having some weird, stupid issues. I don't know. Chat says it's not web browser based. I would believe most of my chatters. Most. Ugh.
Shortly, heroes.
Welcome in to map number 2 in our first best of 5 of the day. Left side of the map up in this best of 5 series. We have got RocketRaccoons, Disciple, Li Ming, Mai on Greymane, Yon, Johanna, Ubi playing your Dahaka, and Scorch on the Rhaegar. Right side of the map, it is going to be the members of DeepDiveXtreme. We got a Sergeant Hammer in top lane to be played by Dead Inside. Looking at a Holpaka Falstad, Darnus, Brightwing, Shizik Garrosh, and last but not least, Virgil playing Blaze. All right, we got quarter milli to quarter. Well, it's 250,000 to 260,000. So technically better odds if you believe in RocketRaccoons. Believing us trolls is always the wrong choice. Well, yeah. But the people in chat that typically have a little pink diamond next to their name, those are the ones that I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe I'll listen to what you have to say. Aetherwalker level 1 for your Li Ming. You got a Colossal Totem, Rhaegar, Viciousness, Greymane, right? Yeah, Viciousness. Wolfheart is the purple one. Purple for heart. Oh, we got a little pause going on. Let's jump out of the game for competitive integrity. We'll go ahead and see what the issue is. Looks like Falstad DC'd. Okay. Falstad, speaking of, is going to be going into Frequent Flyer level 1, picking up Auto Attack Stackage. You got an Unrivaled Strength Garrosh, Greater Polymorph Brightwing, Adrenaline Stimpack Blaze, and Advanced Artillery for the Sergeant Hammer. As we will get out of this pause and see what's going to be going on. Hopefully it's just a tiny itty-bitty hiccup, and we can get back into the game momentarily. Time to become a Diamond Thief. Yeah, you can really learn from Small Time Cook. Is it Small Time Cookies or Small Time Crooks? I forget which one it is. Kaimo dropped quarters, so I matched on the other team. Thanks, Desert. I appreciate it, bud. Now here's the question: is anybody else gonna drop a quarter milli? That's the real question. We could really, you know, there's I'm sure there's a couple whales in chat who are just sitting on, not even whales, let's not even say that. Let's say there's a few dragons in chat who are sitting on a horde of channel points. Well, no communication outside of the DC for the player. We're just waiting to find out what's going to go on with that. So until then, we're just kind of chilling, waiting. Gamble will close in, I think, 2 minutes. But either way, we got a big one going on. Either way, we have a big one going on. God, give me a second here. Of course, literally the moment I go to blow my nose, that's when we get back in the game, apparently. All right, we're here, ready to go. Sorry, I am allergies today. Gosh, sorry, I went to blow my nose, and of course we get right back into the game. All right. Did you call me a lizard? Yes, I did. Absolutely. Alrighty, what do we have going on? So it's going to be camp timing for both teams. We're a minute 30 in, coming off of that pause. Small DC on a player there. We did talk about talents already. We got camps pushing into lanes. First objective will be bottom right of the map. Falstad flying on up to top lane to try and push things up with this camp. Which would lead me to believe they're not going to be prioritizing the first objective. At least not for the first 75 seconds. I guess less, actually, because it still doesn't get announced until just now, and then still 30 seconds to go. Rhaegar gets caught out. Polymorph from Brightwing. Is she going to go into Dream Shot 4 for the synergy on that level 1? No, we're going to go into Unstable Anomaly. Unstable Anomaly, as we also will be seeing Greymane grab Siege Giant from mid. Falstad pushing up a little bit in top lane. Dahaka tapping Bush for that enhanced agility. Did go into Lurker Strain level 4. So the Unstable Anomaly for Brightwing increased the Polymorph slow by 15% upon expiration. Polymorph deals damage to the nearby enemy heroes equal to 2% of their maximum health. Oh, sorry. I am missing. I should be just watching Brightwing on the minimap, apparently. She has been around every single kill so far, as the wave will be slowly frozen up. Just trying to get it closer to the tower for a little retreat path, but the enemy team will not be showing up anytime soon. Greymane still pushing mid with Johanna. We have Rhaegar and Li Ming in the bottom, and Dahaka just now respawning. All right, either way, perfectly balanced as all things should be. 260k to 260k. Secret weapon, I assume, for Falstead, since they didn't go into, like, a super big mage. Nanomachine coating for the Blaze, by the way, so not looking for suppressive fire to reduce the spell power of Li Ming. Just wanting to get the auto attack speed reduction onto... Or even... It also does have movement speed debuff as well, right? Oh, no, it's just their... I mean, there's a baseline. I thought it increased the baseline slow and oil. But no, it's just the attack speed debuff. Okay. Right wing, check the bush right there. 7 talent here on both sides. We do have Dahaka Feeding Frenzy level 7. Blaze pushing things up in mid. A pretty simple start here. Nothing really flashy outside of those couple kills early on. As with Hover Siege available, Hammer's able to push things up. Didn't go for the Siege Tactics level 4. Went Regenerative Biosteel. Okay. So no unstoppable value right there. I mean, but realistically, it's not like there's an Artana swap, or I guess there's a Dahaka drag, but even then the Concussive Blast could push him back, and Hammer's going to be having a cozy game here, I do believe. Garrosh steps up. Johanna activates her Iron Skin. Uh-oh, Garrosh gets Indomitable, and he's going to get the phase shift from Brightwing, not in time. Greymane Dark Flight's in, and the members of RocketRaccoons find their first kill on this map number 2, and they will invade this camp as well. 1 to 2 in kills. We've got 10s coming up at the top of the screen. We'll cycle through the other numbers really quickly to see how things look. Dahaka activates a little bit of essence in top lane. All right, first seed over to the right-hand side for DeepDiveXtreme. Siege Giant Cam grabbed by Greymane. Just waiting for our heroics to come through at the top of the screen, as we also have our second objective phasing. Dahaka will quickly clear this. Both teams should be getting 10s almost simultaneously. And Blunt Force Gun, Bunker, Blink Heal, Warlord's Challenge, and Gust. Volstead flies in the bottom. The Blunt Force Gun is a little anti-synergistic. Disciple's dead, but still, Gust and Blunt Force Gun really counterintuitive together. Li Ming, Wave of Force, Ancestral Healing, Curse Bullet, Isolation, and Blessed Shield Johanna. As Dahaka looks to push things up a little bit in top lane. Back over in bottom. Hammer still getting good shots onto the wave and just hovering around with Garrosh and Volstead right around as well. Some Widow Mines near the bush. And Hammer will just hyper thrust her away. Okay. Simple go here. Nothing... Wait, hold on. No. Pushing bottom lane. Blessed Shield goes fishing on the Garrosh and it does not hit. Li Ming tries to do the same with an Arcane Orb Magic Missile combo. First bullet will be able to chunk into the Sergeant Hammer. Blaze rotates in. Bottom lane being pushed heavily here. Jet Repulsion misses anybody. Pyromania activated by Blaze, and I think the Adrenaline Stim Pack too. Li Ming Arcane Orbs finding a little hit here and there. Volstead, Dahaka, just pushing up against each other. Okay. And instead of getting second seed, we're going to see a priority, you guessed it, on camps. Li Ming just checking bushes with Magic Missiles. There is Garrosh just to the right of her. Gets an auto attack and Magic Missile hit. Bullet goes fishing again. No hit onto Hammer, and she's able to boost away. Still poking on that bottom lane fort. Volstead dealing with top lane. 20 stacks for him. Blaze clears out mid. Dahaka will show here in a second. Might land a drag. Blaze is playing decently in the minion wave. Dahaka just starts swarming onto the wave here. So Dahaka mostly just focusing on that double soak with the enhanced agility already at 4 stacks. Bottom lane Siege once again being pushed up by RocketRaccoons. Dead inside. Playing behind the fort. Minion wave has a couple of units here and there. A little shield glare pulls shots onto Johanna. Polymorph there as well. Blessed Shield into the Garrosh Curse Bullet as well. There's a Soothing Mist from Brightwing. Warlord's Challenge. Volstead flies in. Gust onto a couple enemies. We will see an Ancestral into Greymane as he's able to break away from tower shots. Li Ming with damage over the wall trying to take down Shizik and get a reset. Blinks over the wall to try and get the Calamity value from level 7. Doesn't get it. And now the retreat is called for on the side of RocketRaccoons. The fight does not go their way, and they should lose bottom lane forward off of this. Meanwhile, in top lane, Li Ming, Greymane. I think they were going to be working on some of the sappers. Phase shift from Brightwing. Jet Propulsion. Goodbye, Greymane. DeepDiveXtreme have woken up after that. Map 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen. They are deep dive into the enemy team. Not even really deep dive. They're just getting some really good wombos. Really good ganks onto these units and characters. Blaze getting second seed. Falstad pushing top lane. Bottom lane fort still hasn't gone down on either side, but it's a lot of back and forth trading here. Bless Shield into Garrosh and Hammer. Concussion Mine, Warlord's Challenge pulls Rhaegar back in. Scorch taking a couple tower shots but won't fall. As Li Ming has a wave of force in case anyone steps up. Not going to be the case. Next seed will be on the bottom left of the map. Johanna hearthing out for full mana HP. She's at 50% about. Dragon to Blaze. Greymane has Curse Bullet, but he's not going to be jumping in. Hammer with the help over the wall onto Brightwing Siege Camp. Gonna get that regeneration globe and push up bottom lane once again. No announcement yet of the objective, but it should be momentarily. Falstad to grab Siege Giant Camp over here on the top right. Bless Shield. Johanna, Rhaegar, Li Ming. They're all thinking about coming down here, but Hammer's been so isolated that she's gonna play this safe. Good call. The enemy team wasn't showing. Hammer was in kind of an exposed spot. So can't step up with the Siege Giant Camp. It'll be cleared away. Seed up in 5 seconds. So while bottom lane is being pushed in, and I think the seed goes to the enemy squad, DeepDiveXtreme says, cool, we got a camp in top, we got Falstad Blaze, let's go ahead and take down a fort. Li Ming poking at Hammer on the wave in bottom. 16 Shun on the right-hand side. Oh, that's a caster, okay.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
All right, Li Ming gets channel on objective. 1 out of 3 seeds to the side of RocketRaccoons. And they're about to hit level 16, which could be the turning moment for this team. They've had a bit of a struggle here. It's 1 to 5 in kills, favoring the enemy squad. A couple early game ganks, but even later, the phase shift, jet propulsion, polymorph combination is huge. And with Critterize level 16, it's going to be even faster burst onto that target as top lane wave. Yeah, Dahak is playing this super safe right now. He's going to be thrown out of position as Sergeant Hammer does go down in the mid lane. Dahaka taps Bush, gets the drag. The allies are rotating in. Dahaka fishes for an isolation, but that was that was a big fish right there. Trying, oh my god, wait, Li Ming coming in for the flank. The Warlord Challenge misses. Li Ming wants the hit onto this Brightwing, and she just can't get the magic missile hit. Meanwhile, Greymane comes through with an auto to help out Li Ming. We do have her falling. Right wing, the first one to go down. Blaze gets picked off as well. I mentioned the Sergeant Hammer earlier. Falstad, did he fly out of top? No, he just was able to kind of sneak away. And now RocketRaccoons, they're going to be able to work on a fort here in top lane. I don't know if they're going to take it down, because they don't have a minion wave or anything to tank shots outside of that totem that was already utilized. Johanna will be eating a few shots here. Greymane looking at objective phasing. Falstad clearing up bottom. Dahaka maybe to put some pressure onto the Bird Boy in bottom. As Brightwing's still dead for the next 8 seconds. Blaze up at 19. Top 4 does go down. And Greymane gets the channel. 2 out of 3 seeds to both teams. Nicely done. Alright, sorry. Allergies and such today are really bad. I'm doing my best to hit the mute button on the mic. Well, we just went from a 1 to 5 game to a 4 to 5 game in kills. Nicely done. Greymane, Dahaka grabbing camp for bottom lane. Brightwing, Falstad and friends will not be able to check this out in time. Bless Shield initiation from the Johanna Warlord's Challenge. Mitigated by the Iron Skin. Then a trade on tank heroics. We did have a bunker from Blaze being summoned, though, as well. Curse Bullet was used, actually, too, but it's a relatively low cooldown. Yo, what's up, Kel? 32 hours until Doom Dark Ages on Tuesday. The drag from Dahaka so much into this Blaze and his Juggernaut plating is going to be able to save him right there. We have a nice flank gust up from Falstad. Disciple trying to move towards the lower side of everything. Gets a chain heal quickly from Rhaegar, and nobody will be taken down. A lot to be traded. Ancestral still available for Rhaegar. One blink charge for Brightwing. Warlord's Challenge coming off a cooldown, and so will the Johanna Bless Shield in just 2 seconds. I'm going to call Doom Dark Ages Doom Eternal for, like, weeks. Johanna should have a shield glare over the wall. Warlord's Challenge mid-air toss. That's Greymane going to be taken down. Ancestral Healing will not come through. And, yeah, they're not going to delay that out again. Li Ming's going to throw in a combo, but, yeah, the allies will eat that. All right. A valiant attempt, but Greymane gets absolutely bodied right at the start of that engagement. And the red Garden Terrors will be summoned over to the side of DeepDiveXtreme. Bottom lane push back a bit. Top lane will be the main priority. Mid lane should get a fort. Propulsion off the oil, select Wave of Force from Li Ming to try and create a little bit of space. Condemn from Johanna. Looking to pull some enemies out of position, but it's not going to work out. She'll be thrown in. Gust from Falstad. Warlord's Challenge. The Ancestor Healing will not come through in time. And Johanna, Li Ming do go down. Garden Terror get more than just the mid lane fort here as they boost to top lane. The Haka trying to clear things out there, but still the Garden Terror at like 30% HP. Has the Overgrowth plant as well. Top keep will go down. Is this going to be enough for DeepDiveXtreme to end? Look at the positioning, chat. They're playing to the far side of the keep. They want to go core. They want this to be a 1-1 best-of-5 series. We'll see if they can achieve it. 36 seconds on Li Ming and Johanna. 3-member defense on the right. Garden Terror in top lane will be cleared away. Sergeant Hammer already getting shots in. The isolation from Dahaka. Contagion goes onto a couple enemies here. Blunderbuss is the 20 for Greymane, so he has that splash. The force shielding is dropping. Phase shift onto Garrosh to bolster his HP. Indomitable. Warlord's Challenge misses, but the ship propulsion will connect. That's going to be Ancestor Healing late onto Greymane. Scorch the lone defender, but they... Oh, wait, hold on. Is this going to be a counter Finland? They're going to gust away the Rhaegar. They don't care about him. They want the core, and they will get a 1-1 score. GG, well played. The members of DeepDiveXtreme take map number 2. And we got a 1-1 best-of-5 score, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, into the Heroes EU 10th Anniversary Cup. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have got RocketRaccoons. On the right, it will be DeepDiveXtreme. We're going to Infernal Shrines. It's looking like we got first pick, first ban over the set of RocketRaccoons, so DeepDiveXtreme will be choosing to take us to this map. Twitch prediction has been written up and is rolling. If you'd like to make some predictions, if you'd like to roll in your $250,000 victory, be sure to do so. You got me for a second there, Kel, because I was like, does he not realize that if I have no power, my neighbors don't? Anyways, good one, bud. Dahaka first pick on the left-hand side. We've got a Brightwing Chromie ban on the left. Orphea Hogger once again drawing bans from DeepDiveXtreme. All right, more Dahaka play. I mean, the RocketRaccoons have played Dahaka 3 games in a row. They will not be able to play Johanna 3 games in a row, as she will be grabbed with the Blaze on the right side. Alright, so Johanna Blaze. Varian could be a consideration. Shattering Throw into Blaze and Johanna could be good. Blaze does have that Juggernaut plating we see players pick pretty often at 16. So, and that's also Shattering Throw is also a great way to get rid of Johanna shielding. Variant, like a charged taunt composition with like a Jaina, Kael'thas, or so, you know, single target deletion would be huge. Dahaka, Malfiri, and Hanzo, it leaves this composition very open. They could do Diablo main tank, they could do Stitches, Junkrat's available. Actually, a Junkrat ban here. If DeepDiveXtreme doesn't plan on taking Junkrat, I'd like to see that ban, actually. Because you could go Junkrat with the Hanzo Malfurion Dahaka, that's a lot extra CC, Concussion Mind Control, good poke damage on the objective phasing, and then they could look into a Stitches. We haven't had a Stitches yet for this tournament. Or no, that's not true. That's not true. I think we had a Stitches in week 1. I'm pretty sure in week 1, or like Group A, excuse me, we had a Stitches played. But either way, Johanna Blaze are also kind of good to go to deny Stitches stuff. You get hooked, you pop Iron Skin, summon Bunker. Rhaegar Sylvanas. Okay. I mean, a Nubara could still be a pickup. I like the Stitches with a Junkrat here. I like that a lot. Gamble, it's literally rolling, homie. I start the gamble when the draft starts. If you're not seeing it, F5 your stream. I forgot to run ads between games, so that's awkward.
Reckoning is at hand.
Not what I was anticipating at all. Not what I was anticipating at all for Infernal Shrines. Tyrael Malthael, huh? I like to see Tyrael with auto attackers, like a Tracer, Raynor, Greymane. I'm not crazy about this composition, and I'm not sure why RocketRaccoons have gone that way. Your Twitch broke again? I think it's everybody's Twitches is breaking. DeepDiveXtreme, I like their draft quite a bit. I like DeepDive's draft quite a bit. If they basically just get into the backline with the Zeratul, it's just, yeah. Well, there you go. There's the full draft. Twitch predictions rolling. Go ahead and get your channel points in. I will load us on into the game. I don't know. I really do feel like DeepDiveXtreme has the better draft here. I'm not sold on the Tyrael here, and we'll see how it all unfolds, but I'm just kind of missing the pieces. Like, RocketRaccoons were building such an interesting, like, gank draft, or like a Stitches hook draft, and maybe they don't feel confident playing the Stitches. I'm not sure. But even then, I feel like the Hanzo is lacking. Either way, we're going to find out what happens here, because we got DeepDiveXtreme on the right-hand side with a 1-1 score up against RocketRaccoons. DeepDiveXtreme has Darnus on Rhaegar, Shizik, Johanna, Dead Inside, Zeratul, Hopaka playing your Sylvanas, and Virgil will be playing your Blaze. Left side, after losing map number 1 and a unique draft here with their Tyrael, we're looking at RocketRaccoons. Yone, Tyrael, Ubi, Dahaka again, Mai on the Hanzo, Scorch, Malfurion, and in bottom lane, Disciple to be playing Malthael. Are they going to set up like a 1-3-1? I don't think so. I think you still want to be doing double soak. Tyrael, Justice for All, Emerald Dreams, you've got Fear the Reaper, Enhanced Agility, and Target Practice Hanzo. Is this Hanzo player a fan of Flawless Technique? I doubt it. It's probably going to be Explosive Arrow 4 with Piercing Arrow 7 or 16 for the double explosion. Rotation in the top lane. Dahaka sets up in the bush, has a burrow, no Lurk Restraint. Dark Swarm is active. Haunting Wave in from Sylvanas. Lands the drag onto Zeratul, who will take a tower shot of 2. Has to blink away, and Dahaka forced to hearth out. Meanwhile, Sylvanas trying to chase, or trying to back away. The root from Malfurion does not find the root from Malfurion doesn't find a root. Big surprise. Blaze misses the Jet Propulsion stun. On the opposing side, it is going to be your Might of the Banshee Queen for Sylvanas. Zealous Glare Johanna. You've got your... I always blank on this one. It's something Hunter. Shadow Hunter for Zeratul. Colossal Totem on the Rhaegar. And Adrenaline Stimpack on the Blaze as Hanzo in top lane shall be dead. First blood over to the side of DeepDiveXtreme. Alrighty. Little Aldruin's Might thrown in from Tyrael. Considering stepping into the enemy team there. We got another pause coming through, so let's go ahead and jump out of the game for competitive integrity and find out what we got going on. Looks like we have a player with lag, and they have DC'd. Gotta F5 every time. Sorry, buds. Don't know what to tell you. Alright, well, one player has lag and has fully DC'd out of the game, so we are just waiting for them to get back in. Unfortunate. First Punisher will be frozen in the top lane. We had one kill on Hanzo. Looks like he's rejoining the allies. We got some readies being requested from the players as well, so we should be getting back momentarily. Player. What? What? Alrighty, back into the game. Small DC. So that subsided as we do have the Black Arrow from Sylvanas activated for a moment. Those will be pushed back and the minion wave cleared away. Malthael in bottom lane is going to be able to grab that Impaler camp and push it onto the fort front gate. So it is looking kind of like a 1-3-1 sort of setup right now. RocketRaccoons are not going to be doing heavy double soak from mid to bottom. Maybe it's just Malthael doing that? Interesting setup from RocketRaccoons. I'm not 100% sure how they want to set things up. It's a very, very fluid draft in the sense of how it's just moving around the map instead of it being sort of like a 1-4 setup, and it's, you know, static in the sense of this is how we play it, this is our rotations. Maybe the solo laner comes out here and there to pick up some extra soak in mid, but all in all, bit of a different setup right now coming out from our left side squad as we do have a root from Malfurion finding Johanna. She gets a heal from Rhaegar. Is there enough to kill Shizak? No. Sylvanas getting a good handful of damage into Tyrael. He'll back away. Is he going to Hearth out for full? No. He just steps out and starts working on that siege camp that was grabbed. Bruiser camp, excuse me. Dahaka, who's going to back out of mid. Looks like we do have possession level 4 from Sylvanas. She'll activate Black Arrows once again. Looking to get some siege here. Uh-oh, top lane though. In top lane, Shizak does go down. The members of RocketRaccoons finding their first kill in this map number 3 of this best of 5. Zeratul blinks to the side, and Dahaka has the immediate drag. The allies are there, the root is there as well, and they take down Dahaka. We do also have Hanzo going to Dragon Hunger's level 7. Oh man, maybe we get a flawless techniquer. I doubt it. I doubt it. Let's take a look and see what Hanzo's stackage is looking like really quickly. If you're curious, needs to hit Sylvanas once, Zeratul twice, Rhaegar Blaze once to finish out his stackage. But he does have the 30% range increase from hitting every enemy hero once. Malthael was on the objective during all of that. Looks like he'll be clearing up the wave. Allies are going to be focusing on the mid fort. So it is kind of a 1-3-1 setup from the side of RocketRaccoons on Infernal Shrines. We don't see this very often, so it seems to be working out for them. Playing a little off-standard, if you will. Malthael breaks off from the top lane siege, joins into the allies. Meanwhile, Zeratul putting the pressure onto Dahaka, trying to get some revenge for earlier. Mid lane fort front gate being opened up. Frozen Punisher will be cleared away. We'll check and see how much value it had gotten. Hanzo does get his second stack. The Punisher gets some damage on the fort, barely, or almost takes down the fort front gate. All right, 10 Talentiers almost here on both sides. Let's cycle those numbers, everybody. Mid fort around a few hundred HP. Actually, close to 1,000 something, right? 2019. Wow, yes, a good year, 2019. Drag from Dahaka into the Rhaegar. Is there a root from Malfurion to follow this up? The scatter from Hanzo comes through. The chain heal will be there. Dahaka steps through the bush, and the Dark Swarm will take down Rhaegar. Now a drag into Johanna, into the root. The Iron Skin does get activated. Tyrael looking for the body blocks, and we'll find it now. Sylvanas Hunting Wave is going to get the read. Malthael goes down to Zeratul. Actually, Malthael and Zeratul trade. I think it was damage over time. It definitely wasn't Last Rites, as that's still on cooldown, or off cooldown. Let's take a look here really quickly. Zeratul, death is Soul Rip, and Malthael was... Oh, it was actually the opposite. So Malthael got the kill, but the Singularity Spike had the last little bit of damage. Nicely done. Nice trade between the two of them. As we do have Heroics on the left-hand side, Sanctification, Twilight Dream, Last Rites, Isolation, Dragon's Arrow. Like the Twilight Dream here to get the silence on the Zeratul, who wants to dip it, dive, and dodge around. Also, Dahaka can be the setup for that as well. A drag into Twilight Dream. There's silence, they can't get away. burst them down low enough, or at least put enough damage onto the target, and just chuck a last rights in there as well. There is a bunker to mitigate some of that. Dahaka will save mid lane fort. Next objective phase is here. Bottom lane, Blessed Shield off of the fort front gate. The Wailing Arrow as well. The Dragon's Arrow finds 4. The Iron Skin from Johanna denying some of that. Disciple jumps back in after tapping well. The Sanctification comes through as well. And now Rhaegar is the one to disengage. Dead inside with a double blink away. Might of the Nerazim was his level 10. Ancestral Healing, as well as your bunker, Blessed Shield, and Wailing Arrow. Blaze gets the bunker activation just as the drag starts to pull. And objective phase should be announced momentarily on the top left of our screen. Bottom lane objective for Arcane Punisher. Real slick over the walls, scouts out the enemy team. Nothing Blaze can do about that. Rhaegar has respawned, and he's working his way back into bottom lane, or mid with the allies. There's the announcement of the objective as we had mentioned. Sylvanas will steal a minion or two, just trying to push things back. No unstable poison 4, as we mentioned, has possession. Right now, macro-wise, things are looking okay for the side of RocketRaccoons. They do have a low fort in mid lane, but they have opened up top, mid, and bottom. So if they get this next objective, they can really find fort and maybe keep front gate. Speaking of gates, Sylvanas had a little bit of pressure onto the gate in bottom lane with those black arrows, but that will expire. 13 talents here on the left-hand side, 7-2 in kills. Favorite RocketRaccoons. As Dahaka, Zeratul on top lane brawl out. Dahaka misses the drag from the blink. Should have Essence to activate, but also Brushstock to join into the objective area. Let's check really quickly. Yes. Brushstock available if he needs it. He did just pop a heck load of Essence. He was down to 50% from that Zeratul. His Singularity Spike goes out, so Dahaka's like, cool. That was... If it had landed, it would have been 200 IQ. I get the initiation, like... Dahaka trying to read the wormhole location, so expecting Zeratul to blink back and hit the isolation. I mean, it was... That's some, like, chess level anticipation. Like, ah, yes, I move my rook, but you'll move your pawn. You know? Dahaka finds the drag into the bush right here. Zeratul gets the blink away, and Dahaka can't take down the Protoss. John is able to pull the Punisher with the Iron Skin active. As I mentioned, the fort front gate has been taken down, so they're going to start working on the major structure. Malphia rotating in. Dahaka, is he going to go steal away a camp? Nope, he's just going to go ahead and work on top lane fort. Okay. Zeratul rotating in to join the allies in the defense. Shield Glare out from Johanna. All heroics are available outside of isolation, but that's like 2 seconds. Malphia starts working on mid. And bottom fort does not go down. I was anticipating a lot more value from that, but RocketRaccoons, they're playing slow, safe, and strategic. Johanna getting a little bit low here. Has to be careful of that Malthael. Blaze on the left-hand side, gets a jet propulsion, only onto Tyrael. Holy Ground, by the way, was the level 13 for Tyrael pickup. Enhanced agility for Dahaka at 5 of 10 stacks, so he's got mount speed for 5 seconds after tapping the bush. No sub done on the Johanna. Shadow Hunter for Zeratul is done. And still we have full stackage for your Dahaka Feeding Frenzy as he's not been felled. Hanzo's still working on his level 1. Oh, that's a really good blow up onto Malthael, or excuse me, onto Tyrael. He gets the Sanctification. The last rights onto Zeratul. The isolation comes out as well from Dahaka. The bunker will expire, and they're going to try and take down Rhaegar. They will be able to. Hanzo gets the natural agility over the safety of the sidewall. The Twin Flames don't take him down. Malthael continuing to chase in Dahaka, looking for that drag location onto Holpaka. Tower shots are going to maybe zone a little bit. Cleanse out from Malfurion with the Nature's Cure. And they find a triple kill. I really thought that DeepDiveXtreme was going to have that. Tyrael's got to be careful here. He's about to die to tower shots, and he does. Not really what you want to do there, but, oh well. Malthael hearthing out for full. Impaler camp in mid with Minion Wave will get some damage onto the fort, but Johanna's back. The Shield Glare condemned to clear things away. Blaze managing top up against the Dahaka. And Zeratul just grabbing bottom lane soak. It's a 7-kill advantage on the left-hand side with 17 to 15 in our levels. Yo, Skulfy, what's up, bud? Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day in the United States. All right. It is piercing arrow at level 6. Oh, goodbye. Wait, Johanna, last rites? Goodbye. Dragon's Arrow actually finds 3, and I thought they were done with the fight, but no, they are not. They're going to chase in further. Dahaka looking for a drag. Misses it onto Holpaka. Cleanse from Rhaegar would have mitigated that either way. But another kill goes over to the left-hand side of RocketRaccoons. Who does Hanzo need to hit for that last stack? I'm going to venture a guess on Zeratul. Oh, wrong button. Where's my button? There it is. It's Rhaegar, actually. One hit on Rhaegar is needed. Blaze saving top. Malthael grabbing camp. Objective phase number 3 in the center of the map. And Dahaka goes fishing for a drag. Doesn't find anybody. Mid-fort goes down. DeepDiveXtreme starting to kind of fall away here. Well, they are falling away. But they've got level 16. So even talent here for the fight. They're going to go in for this. Holy Ground from Tyrael zoning for a moment. Sonic Arrow scouts out the Johanna. Shield Glare there, running right at the enemy team. And Malthael with the inevitable end self-cleanses. He's going to get the Sanctification. That might have been wasted. And now Disciple trying to go in. There's going to be a Dragon's Arrow. Big silence from Malfurion, but same thing from Sylvanas with the Wailing Arrow. Malthael does go down. Singularity Spike, I think, connected onto Hanzo, who does finish his level 1. So many low members. Zeratul with 137 HP on the right-hand side. No one's able to chase onto him as the Black Arrow from Sylvanas allows them to dive underneath this tower of the Sheets. No, the drag lands onto Sylvanas, but can they take down Holpaka here? The Dark Swarm is pretty good. It is going to land. The fort will fall. Dahaka has the movement speed buff. Misses the drag, anticipating Shizik to go a different way, but Hanzo still chasing in, has the damage needed. Meanwhile, Tyrael zones a few enemies out, and Zeratul has gone to top lane to clear out the wave. In the end, it's a 1-for-2 favoring the side of RocketRaccoons. And they say whatever to objective. They're going to go try and take down Zeratul on top. Holy Ground to block. Is Malfurion here for a root? Not in time. As Dahaka pushes bottom lane, he's going to go take care of mid. Probably goes to the objective as well while the rest of the team works on this keep front gate. Alright, keep front gate is taken down. Camp will be picked off here really quickly. Sonic Arrow to get some vision. Holy Ground from Tyrael just to make sure. And they're back on objective. Okay, 20 talents here on the left-hand side. Bullseye, Apex Predator. No one can stop death. You've got the Lunar Shower from Malfurion. Holy Arena for Tyrael, I anticipate, right? Yeah. Holy Arena, increase the duration of Sanctification by 1 second and increase the damage of allies inside by 25%. Scatter off the wall here and there. It's a 2-level advantage still to the left-hand side as we do have the Iron Skin from Johanna coming out after the Punisher jump. Sidewall and gate being worked on. Catapult and Impaler campus here. Drag from Dahaka finds the Zeratul. Hanzo goes over the natural agility. Last rites confirms the kill. Zeratul tried to make some sort of backline play happen onto the low health pool heroes, but it does not work out. And I questioned this draft as we came into it, but man, oh man, is RocketRaccoons making this draft look absolutely amazing as Malthael so very low. Gets the Sanctification. Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo coming through as well. The Ancestor Healing will connect onto Sylvanas, so she uses the Will of Forsaken to back away. Darkness looks to get out of here alive and will be able to get a self-cast Chain Heal. Malthael wants the kill and will be able to chase down for it. Meanwhile, that mid lane keep did get picked off. Punisher's on core with an Impaler camp, and this is looking like RocketRaccoons shall confirm map number 3 of this best of 5 series up against DeepDiveXtreme. Will they find a Finland to wrap up this map? The drag onto Sylvanas. She'll go down. Johanna as well, and a beautiful Finland to wrap things up. RocketRaccoons lead this best of 5 with a 2-1 score, 1 map away from punching their ticket to the playoffs in 2 weeks. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. Sorry, I had to run and grab a glass of water as well, and I was just checking on little power things here and there. But we are ready to go into map number 4 of this Best of 5 series. So, let's go ahead and kind of lay things out for you. This is the Heroes 10th Anniversary Group B Cup. What does that mean? So, we've got last weekend was Group A, this weekend is Group B, next weekend is the last chance qualifier for. So, anyone who doesn't qualify from Group A or B can go through the last chance qualifier to get a spot in the playoffs. The playoffs are going to be happening on May 24th, 5th, and 31st. There are no tournament shenanigans. There's no draft restrictions or limitations. This is straight up Heroes to Storm, 90 heroes available at the start of every draft. We're going to Sky Temple for map number 2. The losing side of DeepDiveXtreme opted in for map pick priority, actually, giving first pick over to RocketRaccoons. It's a best of 5 series. If RocketRaccoons wins this map, they have confirmed their playoff spot, and they are done for the day. Loser of the series drops down to the lower bracket, and they will be in our third best of 5. As our next best of 5 is an elimination match, and then the following after that, the winner of that match goes up against the loser of this match. So there is all of that information. If you'd like to know more about it, exclamation bracket or exclamation H10 if you like tournament versus Liquipedia or vice versa. I think that's pretty much everything to kind of catch you up on where we are within the bracket, what's going on. Best of 5 series, Sky Temple map number 4. Brightwing Sylvanas band, another Hogger Orphea band away on the right side. We got a Blaze Rhaegar first pick on the for the members of DeepDiveXtreme, and Dahaka, Johanna, Hanzo to the squad of RocketRaccoons. So, let's see what we get in our mid-band phase. I also think I said first pick backwards, but whatever. We're moving on. Healer target ban, I would assume. Anduin to be removed, okay. On the opposing side, so you have Dahaka, Johanna, Hanzo. So Blaze, Rhaegar. Muradin, we saw Muradin ban earlier, and I don't disagree with that. I think Muradin's fantastic for this map. Varian could be a consideration as well. Charge Taunt, Shattering Throw. Mortal Strike is not a bad option either, but it's going to be the Muradin ban as well. Okay, yeah. We saw it earlier, and I think that's a target onto Shizzik. Shizzik plays a really good Muradin, if memory serves correct, so not too surprised by the ban on that one. As we get into the latter half of the draft, we have got your Blaze Rhaegar. Maybe we see a global in Falstad. Try and get some mobility up against the Dahaka. This is also a really, really, really good Abathur map. Maybe there's a consideration for Abathur. If that's the case, I'd like to see... Ooh, they can flex with that Abathur. They absolutely could go into it right here. Abathur with Greymane is such a good combination. What's up, Kyle? Good to see you, bud. You're in time for gambling. We already had a $250,000 versus $250,000 gamble. Actually, even more than that, but... we'll see if we can get an even bigger gamble today. But yeah, we're in our first best of 5. We're in map number 4 of this first best of 5. And we'll see if RocketRaccoons can close things out in a 3-1 as their last 2 picks with the Hanzo. Maybe Genji and Anduin was already banned away. I do like the Malfurion a lot. They're going to go Cassia for a blind into the Rhaegar and into the Greymane. Makes a lot of sense. And I wonder, with the Johanna Cassia, do you really want to consider an Abathur? They're going to go Vikings. Okay. The Viking last pick actually is a nice sneak here. There's definitely stuff to deal with the Vikings, but it's not like there's a Viking hunter like a Zeratul or our ever so coveted Butcher, because everyone knows Butcher easily counters the Vikings. But let's see how it all goes in this game. I went gambling last night and it didn't go well. Well, that means that if you gamble in these games, it will go well. Logic. Lodvar, thank you for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the content, bud. Welcome in to our lovely community. All right, a fast load-in for map number 4. We're going to find out what's going to be going on here, as we do have the right side team of DeepDiveXtreme down in this best of 5. Hopaka, Greymane. Virgil will be playing your Blaze. Darnas back on Rhaegar. You got another Shizzik, Garrosh, and Olaf, Balog, Eric, the Lost Vikings to be played by Dead Inside. Poor Harrison Jones stuck in Tomb of the Spider Queen forever. I'll free you, Harrison Jones!
Opens in
Left side looking for a fast 3-1 so they can end their day, go have some beverages, and sit back and enjoy the games. We've got RocketRaccoons. We got Mai on Cassia, Scorch, Malfurion, Johanna to be played by Yon. We'll have an Ubi, Dahaka, and Hanzo, played by Disciple once again. The gamble is not available to me, then F5 your stream, because it's Twitch's fault, not mine. It's literally a 10-minute gamble. It starts every single time I start the draft, and it typically goes into 5-minute mark of the game. Also, ads are off, pre-rolls off, so even if you have 5, you're not going to get anything. Dead Inside will lose 1 Viking at the start. Quarter kill goes over to the left-hand side squad of RocketRaccoon. Hanzo Redemption level 1, Tissue Regeneration Dahaka, Emerald Dreams for Malfurion. You've got your Thunderstroke Cassia and Zealous Claire Johanna. Viciousness Grey Mane, drag from Dahaka back into the root, and Holpaka does go down. Olaf the Stout level 1. You've got an Unrivaled Strength Garrosh. Blah, blah, blah. We've got an Adrenaline Stim-Pack for Blaze, and Rhaegar is your Feral Heart. Refreshed announce there. Crazy! Oh, no worries, Ludvar. Thank you for coming by and still doing that. Appreciate the support, my friend, and thanks for the kind words. Happy Sunday to you. If you're in NA, happy Mother's Day. It's just NA, right? Toss onto Johanna, forces her back. Hanzo gets 1 auto attack, looking for the Stormbow afterwards. Top lane priority here for Sky Temple. Some shield glares coming out. Johanna steps up. The root from Malfurion to zone a little bit. A Groundbreaker from Garrosh. Goes fishing for somebody. A little bit of CC and does find it. Alright. Fort Front Gate takes a handful of damage. Viking's going to get scouted by an arrow, but it's not going to be taken down. Hanzo did go into Ignore All Distractions, so he gets the insta-kill on minions, but then you get an 8.6 range? It's 8.5 range, because it's baseline 6.5. So you outrange structures by 0.5 on that. But it's only a 3-second duration. Just trying to get those last autos in here. It's a 12-second window to try and get these hits as well. Or 10-second window, actually. Fighting over the vision here. Currently have Dahaka trying to do some double soak from mid to bottom, I think, up against these Vikings. Experience-wise, things are looking pretty equal, as their objective phase number 1 in the mid lane will be held by one of the Vikings. Yon steps on it, so it neutralizes, and Cassie in the top will get some shots on the Fort Front Gate. Top objective is often prioritized because the siege camp that was pushed in, so you try and confirm an entire structure. If you did not know, that's the strategy. Bottom lane rotation, though, looks like there was maybe a little bit of pressure onto Dahaka and Johanna. Malfurion holding the point over here up against Dead Inside. Backs off for safety. Cassie is still getting those shots out. Blaze working on the minion wave to try and mitigate any extra damage coming through. Those 2 hits from the minion, that will be the reason why that fort falls totally, absolutely. Dahaka brush talking into the engagement at mid lane. Yon goes down. Toss onto Hanzo. Does he have a way to get out of this? Cassie is still staying on the point. She'll get shots and confirm the fort in top lane, but they do lose 2 members. And that's some good chunky experience over the side of DeepDiveXtreme, as they have shots onto mid for it as well. If they can take this down, at least parity found in the passive experience gaining, structure gaining. Yes, they're going to go in for it. I don't blame this call whatsoever. You have Mother's Day in Europe as well. But I don't know if it's all of you. Okay, because I know, like, someone yesterday was saying, oh, it's the UK that does it differently, right? It's just, like, the UK that has a different day, but, like, the rest of the world does it today, I think. Either way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Don't forget to call your mom or text her or whatever you do. Bake her a cake. Garrosh. Johanna around, just trying to slow down the clear on these siege giants, but I think that's going to still be That's not going to be really delayed out. Shizik getting a little bit low. Has to activate Indomitable. Gets a chain heal from the Rhaegar. Here comes the Jet Propulsion with the Blaze, getting a little bit of a stun action going on. Johanna still wiggling her way out of this one as Hanzo Redemption is done now. He can still lose those stacks. He loses 3 upon death. Does go into Sharpen Arrowhead level 7. Is this going to be a flawless technique game, Disciple? With auto attack and everything? I mean, Blaze Garrosh, I think they're going to go into Giant Slayer 16, but a man can dream for flawless technique. Okay, sorry. Just skimming chat really quickly as we do have an invade onto this camp, and it will be picked up by the members of DeepDiveXtreme. They do have their 10 talent tier advantage as well. Curse Bullet, Play Again, Warlord's Challenge, Bunker, and Ancestor Healing. There's going to be a Warlord's Challenge on the Dahaki. Burrows for a second to see if Lurker Strain level 4. Absolutely, the Bunker comes down from Blaze, blocking his disengaged path. Drag onto Blaze, but the ally toss gets him out. Shizik will go down to Hanzo auto attack. That's a Dragon's Arrow slowing down this Blaze. The Blessed Shield comes through as well. A route from Malfurion, but they cannot chase further as our next objective phase will be the bottom location. If you did not know, Sky Temple has the first 2 objective phases scripted. Only Heroes of Storm objective phase, or only Heroes of Storm map with 2 objective phases being scripted. Like Battlefield of Eternity, that first, that objective, that number 1 is scripted to be north, south, and east, west, and then after that you get RNG locations. Sky Temple is first objective phasing top and mid, second one being bottom, after that RNG on 1 and 2 in locations. All lightning out from the Cassia, trying to zone back these enemies, but Cassia should be dead. Dahaka brush talks in, and he goes, "Hi, I need to get out of here." Dahaka's dead. He activates some Essence. He will tap a bush. He's got top lane fort to retreat to, and actually he's fine. No double back for the drag attempt either. And he's still just running on out of this. He's still just running out of here. He's kind of cornering himself. Garrosh has 2 forms of CC. Groundbreaker and Warlord's Challenge, so yeah, Dahaka's dead. Though, during all of that, bottom fort goes down to tower shots, mid fort now being assailed, as Johanna finishes that objective, so it's kind of a weird trade. DeepDiveXtreme is ahead in experience, and let's actually figure out where that's coming from. We'll take a look at 13s in a moment here, but let's actually cycle through the other numbers, because I'm very curious about the experience stats. So bottom bell tower, bottom temple expires. It did take down the entire gate. Got like maybe, let's say 10 or 15% off that fort mid. All right, let's see. Heroic damage and such. Here's the experience stat. Okay, so heroic, it's pretty close. Mercenaries is pretty close. Minions is... It's all really close still, honestly. It's like a 2,000 experience difference between the 2 teams, and that's a nice Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo, but can he get away? The Curse Bullet will not connect. The Jet Propulsion from Blaze finds the Malfurion. He's going to activate Tranquility and try and back away from the bunker. The Ancestor Healing into the Greymane, who wants to try and find a sustained fight. Rolls into human form. Shield Glare. Cassia goes in for the Fen. Shizik gets the ally toss. The Scatter still chasing in as Dahaka looks to get that enhanced agility tap, but he won't be able to find the momentum or mobility to find a drag target as the Vikings are trying to push things up at top. Dahaka manages that. Vikings doing the same thing in bottom. And I think that was a really good snap call to stop chasing. They could have possibly chased in further, but meanwhile, the Vikings are pushing things up, getting value across the map, and that's really what needs to be mitigated right now. Good call to disengage from RocketRaccoons, recognizing the enemy team macro style, and we get into another objective phasing, this time being in the top and the bottom. See what the priority is going to be. Sweden has Mother's Day in 2 weeks. Oh, so today, okay, today I learned it's different all around the world. Okay. I had just kind of assumed it was all, like, within the same range of each other, but thanks for letting me know, chat. Dead inside, there's one Viking around the objective, of the boss pit. Garrosh and Blaze are rotating in. Johanna has the delay. Is she going to pop a Blessed Shield just to create more space? One Viking's on the point. Jumps. And will be taken down. Drag from Dahaka finds the Rhaegar ally toss, but Johanna's right there. The Blessed Shield was already used. The Dragon's Arrow will not connect. The bunker comes out from Blaze. The ball landing from Cassia. Curse Bullet, Warlord's Challenge. Boss and Siege Giants are pushing bottom lane. A Viking does have control over top lane objective phase. And once again, RocketRaccoons, they take a small fight, they break away, and they go for this Viking, or they go to push away the Vikings. Mid lane wave is nice and thick here. Going to work on the fort a little bit. Cassia gets bottom shots. Dahaka, after getting vision, of course, in the middle area, is going to be moving up here. Forces the Viking immediately away. If he skipped the vision, he might have been able to grab like 5 or 6 more shots off of this. It's not like the end of the world. They were probably bound to lose that top fort either way. Bottom fort still sustained. Nicely done. Dahaka finishes top shots. He backs off to safety. 16 talent here on both sides. Slightly ahead on the left side from camps and passive experience gain. Bottom shots onto bottom keep. This is going to take it down below 50%. Still have a lot of shots available. Allies are going to be rotating in just in case there's some sort of invade. But yeah, we know that the enemy team is kind of floating around. Blaze will be seen. As we have Cassia finishing out bottom shots. This keep is actually way lower than I thought. Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo can be ripped from bottom lane. It's not going to. Okay, I thought we were going to have a fight initiation here. Both teams with 16s. Cassia looking for a little Thunderstroke stack. Hanzo showing in mid. Blaze forced to use bunker here. Nice precautionary call. 80-second cooldown, though. Next objective phase hasn't been shown. Cassia gets vision once again for the center of the map. Johanna running at the enemy team. Right into the face of Rhaegar. Shield glare's coming through. Blessed Shield was used 20 seconds ago. A Sonic Arrow to get some vision. It seems like they're going to push up things here in the top lane. Next objective phase, Singular in the center of the map. So we're waiting for more talent scaling to come through. Still 3 levels or so to go for that 20 talent tier. As we wait and see what's going to happen. We have camp on the left side of our screen just now respawning. Vikings go to push out bottom, mid, and top. So camp stolen away. Are they going to continue to press top lane? Garrosh looks for a drag. Malfurion finds a route to zone. Top lane wave being pushed up. Objective phase should be announced momentarily. As the Vikings have pushed up top and mid. Looks like Eric will be moved off to the side over there. Baylog shifted towards bottom lane. And Siege Giants will be invaded. Experience is really close between these two teams. 1 kill difference. No one saw that, Hanzo? Yeah, no one saw that, Hanzo. Okay. By the way, the Vikings regeneration globe should be tracking correctly here. We should see 54 on them. Absolutely. The regen per second for Olaf is just about 40. All right, mid objective is here. Bottom fort does go down. Hanzo and friends, they want to find a fight. Curse Bullet onto Disciple. There's going to be a Tranquility from Malfurion. Ancestor healing onto the Rhaegar as they go, or onto the Greymane as they continue to press in. That's going to be a Blessed Shield into drag. Greymane getting really low. The Vikings chase onto Malfurion and find that kill. Groundbreaker onto this. Onto the Dahaka, sorry. As I was watching Cassia just above get hit with a Purge from Rhaegar. She should be taken down. Unfortunate that Hanzo did not have a Dragon's Arrow for that fight. I think the AoE stun would have been huge. Not to say it's like Disciple's fault, but not having that Dragon's Arrow was a bit of a blunder in this moment. And Viking continues to get mid shots. Those are going to go into mid keep. Top lane being sieged in. Siege Giants and bottom lane are pushing up and might be able to take down the keep here. The Viking is taking a little while to clear things out. There's a minion wave spawning, so Vikings should be able to save the structure. Speaking of structures, in the top lane, Warlord's challenge onto Dahaka. He activates some essence. Does he have a burrow? Looks for a drag with the elongated tongue 16 and can't find it. Hanzo's back. Sonic Arrow goes out. 20 talents here on the right-hand side. We have the Alpha, or the Tooth and Claw, for Greymane, by the way. Mid shots get the keep down to 50%. Death Wish for for Garrosh. We'll also see Fury of the Storm on the Vikings. Blaze with the burn notice. And you're going to have a Farseer's Blessing for Rhaegar. Boss is up. Just now respawn. 4 kill advantage on the right. for DeepDiveXtreme. Johanna checks the bush. Let's get Vision over here on the right side, as the enemy team just gets their 20s. Hanzo shows mid. He's the only one showing mid. Garrosh steps up. Groundbreaker into the bush. Cassia gets a Q. Currently at 66 stacks for her. Level 20 Bullseye, Contagion, Lunar Shower. We also see the, is that Rock Stopper? I always mix these two up. Yeah, it is Rock Stopper for the Cassia. And Radiating Faith for the Johanna. Activate to fully charge Avoidance and increase the armor value to 60 for 4 seconds. Losing Avoidance removes this bonus. Root onto Garrosh. Johanna has Blessed Shield. Is she going to utilize it here? Dahaka brush talking in. One Viking goes down in bottom lane. Isolation misses. Warlord's Challenge won't connect either. Dragon's Arrow goes right by the Blaze. Greymane, Ball Lightning. Bunker comes down. The Ancestor will be a little too late right there. Dahaka finds the drag onto the Rhaegar. There's a bunker still available on the ground, but Rhaegar gets thrown to safety. Cassia still chasing in. Shizik breaks to the left-hand side to allow a window for his allies to back away, and that absolutely will be the case. Meanwhile, Vikings are going to be pushing top and mid, and the enemy team, they're running to bottom. The members of RocketRaccoons, they want this series to be done and over. They don't want to do a map 5, and it's looking like they may just punch their ticket to the playoffs in 2 weeks. Vikings play again on the left side of our screen. Disciple's the target of a heck load of damage. Will be taken down first. The core shielding is still available. Is this going south right now? The drag from Dahaka lands onto the Rhaegar after the Ancestor Healing will connect. We do have 18 seconds on Greymane. The Vikings getting pulled in. One Viking does fall. Play again down for 82 seconds. The core shielding is broken. Blaze looks to try and get a little bit of damage in here. The root from Malfurion finds him. Ball Lightning from Cassia coming out as well. Jumping over to a Viking. Vikings will all almost go down. Greymane's respawn, but I don't think it matters. Malfurion getting autos in. Will they end this map with another Finland? No, but it's going to be RocketRaccoons getting the playoff spot from Group B. Congratulations. GG, well played. We'll see you on May 24th. What a phenomenal series. Great back and forth. And that's our first best of 5 of the day. We still have 2 more best of 5s, chat. We have a minimum of 6 more Heroes of the Storm maps. Hopefully, maximum of 10. What a great way to celebrate Mother's Day in the United States, but with Heroes of the Storm. We're going to go ahead and get ready for our next best of 5. Be sure to get your subscriptions in, all that good stuff. I will pay out the gamble in just a moment, and we'll talk about some food and hang out and get ready for the next best of 5. We're heading to the lower bracket from the 2 teams that won their lower bracket matches yesterday. We'll check that out once ads are done and the map draft has been completed. See you there.